Before beginning this next compound interest assignment, go to Schoology, go to the Banking and Compound Interest folder, and look for the workbook titled Compound Interest C. And go ahead and open that up, save it to your Dropbox, and then come on back and practice the demo problem that I will do with you. Part C, compound interest, we are going to practice with some longer compounding periods and utilize the copying and fill features of Excel to help us create the calculations a lot quicker. So let's take a look at this demo problem that we have here. Principal amount $10,000 at an interest rate of 3% for 3 years, compounded monthly. So the first thing that you need to take a look at here is to determine how many compounding periods this would be. So 3 years, each month, compounded monthly, there's 12 months in a year. Therefore, you're going to have 3 times 12, which would equal 36. That's right, 12 times 3. 3 years, 12 months in a year, so we're going to compound it 36 times. And so the first step then, I'm going to go ahead and fill this in and get my compounding periods. And then you can see the numbers there on the right, and we'll go down to 36. There they are. So we need to create those calculations using a simple interest formula 36 times. Let's go ahead and fill in our first row. Principal amount, $10,000. The interest rate. Now we're going to compound monthly. Remember, when the rate is given to you in a simple interest formula, it's an annual rate or a yearly rate. So we need to find the monthly rate in this case. So we need to do some division here. So let's take that annual interest rate of 0.03 and divide it by 12 months. Find out how much that interest will be for 1 month. There it is, 0.0025. And the amount of time, because we converted our interest rate to a monthly rate, we can go ahead and multiply it times 1 year. And now we can do some calculations here. So first thing to do is calculate the interest for 1 month. Principal times rate times time. $25 for the first month. The account balance. The starting principal amount plus the interest. And the compounded interest amount for this first month, we will just put equal sign and put the interest amount that we calculated for that first month. Next period, or the next month, the new principal, remember, is going to be the previous account balance. So we're almost to the point where we can start copying these formulas. So let's put equal sign, previous account balance. The interest rate is going to be the same. Amount of time. And we're just going to multiply it by 1. We could skip that step since we're multiplying by 1, but we'll go ahead and do it for practice. And the interest rate formula, we can now copy. Let's see how that works out for us. That looks good. And the account balance, we can copy that one. Simply the principal plus the interest. Double click it, and there it is to make sure it's working properly. And the compounded interest amount, we need to put in one more formula here to keep track of all of that interest that gets compounded. So equal sign, previous compounded amount plus the compounded amount for the current period, which is this 2506. And now we have a total compounded amount of interest of $50.06 at the end of the second month. So now we should be able to go ahead and start copying these formulas down. Let's see if it works out for us here. So we'll start with the interest. Take this down to 36 periods. And the formula for the principal amount, 36 periods or 36 months. What about these zeros? It'll come together here. Double check, make sure, yep, that interest rate's working. And we can just copy that 1 on down there. Account balance. Here it comes together, and one more. Let's see how it looks here. There we go. So at the end of 36 months, we have a total amount in the account of $10,940.51. Now remember, we started with $10,000. So how much interest did we earn? $940.51 is the total amount of interest that was earned on that money over a 3-year period. And once again, just to check to make sure, this one's pretty easy to see, but to make sure that our calculations are working properly, we'll take that ending account balance and subtract the beginning principal amount, and it should be the same as the compounded interest amount, and there it is right there, same amount. Now a couple things to note here that we haven't talked about is pay attention to what happens when you do this compounding, because later on we're going to be talking about savings accounts and saving for a long period of time so that we can evaluate, you know, how you can make a lot of money by the time you're my age, 50s, 60s. So take a look at what happens when you compound interest here. And this is for when we invest money, putting money in a bank or investing in a stock market or some type of an investment where compounding works to help grow your money. So notice that, of course, the interest or the compounded interest, well, let's look at the interest first. The interest each period, notice how it grows through each period, gets larger. Now, if on the test a question is asked, how come the interest each period is more each compounding period? And the answer would be that's because the principal amount has increased from the previous period. And so you're applying the simple interest formula on a starting amount that is more than the previous period. And then the other thing you can take a look at is how quickly this money is growing over time. So it goes from 25 to 50, 75. And notice that the first time it went from 25 and it increased by $25.06. And then notice that now it's over $25. It's $25.19, and so on and so forth. And you'll notice that it continues to grow at an increasing rate. And so this is the magic of compound interest, how you can make a lot of money over a long period of time. So try the next calculations on your own. We're compounding quarterly, daily, monthly. This one's annually or yearly, and then this one's semi-annually or twice a year. So go ahead and practice those, and I will come around and check your work.